Hello everybody. Not so long ago, YouTube user CrabMill88 asked me to show how to make a Canadian flag. This video instruction is my answer on this question. We're going to make a flag of Canada. Inflate a white balloon leaving about 9-inch flat tail. For this sculpture we have to twist all bubbles of the same size up to 1 inch. Let's twist a chain of first 5 white bubbles. In this example I'm making all bubbles about half an inch size. We are going to make total of 24 white bubbles and connect them to make a rectangular shape with sides 4 by 6 bubbles. Lock both ends of the chain of the last 4 bubbles in one lock twist. Now let's twist the chain of the next 6 white bubbles. We are making this rectangle working from the center. Also we are going to finish the rectangle in the center of the rectangle, same spot where we started. There are different ways to make the same sculpture. In this example we are making first the bigger white rectangle, and then we will attach 2 smaller size red rectangles to the sides of the white rectangle. Here we lock both ends of the chain of the last 4 bubbles in one lock twist. Twist the 12th bubble, and now we lock both ends of the chain of the first 12 bubbles in one lock twist. We have made 1/2 of the rectangle. Now let's twist the chain of the next 2 white bubbles. And then I'm going to lock both ends of the chain of the last 12 bubbles in one lock twist. I have to force the end of the white balloon through the loop of the 4 white bubbles. We have to always pull the end of the balloon through the loop of bubbles in the same direction as we twist the bubbles. This way we avoid untwisting bubbles. Twist the chain of the next 3 white bubbles. Now we lock both ends of the chain of the last 4 white bubbles in one lock twist. So far we have made about 3/4 of the white rectangle. Let's twist a chain of the next 5 white bubbles. In my blog post I have described another way of making the same sculpture, Canadian flag. Over there I work white and red rectangles at the same time, twisting bubbles and connecting them together. I personally like that way better. Well, now we have to lock both ends of the chain of the last 12 white bubbles in one lock twist. Now we twist the 23rd white bubble, and then we lock both ends of the chain of the last 4 bubbles in one lock twist. And finally we have to twist the last, the 24th white bubble. And then we have to lock both ends of the chain of the first or the chain of the last 24 bubbles in one lock twist. Once again I want to point your attention that we started and finished the sculpture at the same spot at the center of the rectangle. We have made a rectangle with sides 6 by 4 bubbles. Now you can cut off the rest of the white balloon and tie off the end. I'm gonna keep it for now. In this example I'm going to use 2 red balloons to make smaller size rectangles with sides 6 by 2 bubbles. We are going to attach red rectangles to the long sides of the white rectangle. Let's twist the chain of the first 2 red bubbles. We have to lock the free end of the second red bubble between 2 white bubbles at the corner of the long side of the white rectangle. In this example it is between the second and the third white bubbles. Now let's tie the nozzle of the red balloon between the nearest 2 white bubbles. Twist the chain of the next 3 red bubbles. And then we will lock both ends of the chain of the last 4 red bubbles in one lock twist. As you can see in this example we work the red rectangle in the same way as we did previously the white rectangle. There is only one difference here, we have to attach a red rectangle to the white rectangle, that's all. Twist the chain of the next 5 red bubbles. Using one balloon to make a chain of 24 bubbles could be a bit a challenge, especially for beginners. And it is most certainly much harder than twist a chain of 12 bubbles using just one balloon. You can always use additional balloons to finish the sculpture if necessary. Lock the free end of the last red bubble between the 2 white bubbles located at the corner of the same long side of the white rectangle. Now we have to twist the 11th red bubble, and then we lock both ends of the chain of the last 4 red bubbles in one lock twist. Alright, now let's twist the 12th red bubble. Then we have to lock both ends of the chain of the first 12 or the last 12 red bubbles in one lock twist. We have made the red rectangle with sides 6 by 2 bubbles. Let's cut off nicely the rest of the red balloon, tie off the ends. You can use scissors to cut off the balloon. So far we have made 2 rectangles, connect them to each other in the shape of a square with sides 6 by 6 bubbles. Now we are going to make the second red rectangle, and we will connect it to the other long side of the white rectangle. Basically we are going to work this part of the sculpture in exactly the same way as we did the first red rectangle. I'm going to fast play this part of this video. I don't want to waste your time explaining the same thing over and over again. In this example I used 2 red balloons to make the sculpture. However, you can actually use one red balloon to make both red rectangles. Saving one balloon doesn't seem as a big deal, and it is actually harder to use one balloon instead of 2 balloons. I would consider it as a chance to practice your skills, your balloon twisting skills. Okay, we have made the second red rectangle, it's attached to the white rectangle. Let's cut off the rest of the balloons. Tie off the ends and hide them between bubbles. If necessary, you can use scissors to trim off the balloon ends. And now I'm going to use a permanent red marker to draw the symbol on a Canadian flag. First I draw outline of the symbol and then I color it. As a painter I have very loose hand, have to admit it. Hopefully you can do better than me. So here I outline the symbol and now I'm just coloring it inside. This is the smallest variation of Canadian flag that I was able to come up so far with. Obviously with more balloons we can make a larger size flag. With a much larger size sculpture we can even use balloons to make the symbol. Maybe sometime in future we will try to make a larger size flag. If you want, you can draw the same symbol on the other side of the flag. Okay, congratulations again, we have made Canadian flag. Have fun and happy twisting!